everyone, how are you? I hope you had a wonderful day or night whenever you are watching this. Most of you might watch it even on today, the 9th of December, because when this comes online, it's still the 9th in the United States. And I hope you enjoyed the first day, the first part of winter in the Advent scarf. I have been to a Christmas market today. I have been outside and I can see that my face is kind of glowing because it was cold, and in the afternoon it started to rain pretty hard and we were outside for a long time. So I am kind of flushed. No, that sounds like, I don't know. Well, you can see what I mean. I bought a lovely bird cake. Earlier this week I filled my bird feeder, but it has been empty for quite some time. It's on my window there. And they haven't found their way back to it yet. So I'm going to put the bird cake on the table in the garden. Not now, it's very rainy, and if I put it there, I would like to spend some time here and sit and enjoy the birds eating their cake. So it will go out later this week. And I bought sleep balm. You have to rub this under your feet for a better sleep. And I bought another balm. This is all handmade, and this is with herbs and oils in there. So, and it's for when your skin can use some love. I bought some sausages to have in the evening, and I bought a ring. A ring. This is, I think you call it amber. I think so. I wanted to have a ring to put on my pointer of my index finger or my middle finger for a long time, because when I'm knitting, I'm like this, and then I can see my own pretty ring. So I did an attempt a while ago. You sometimes see me wearing this beautiful blue ring, but it's just too small to put on my index finger or middle finger. So it's always on the finger, on my ring finger, and then I take this one off. This is Labradorite. So I'm very happy with my new pretty ring. I have been answering several questions again. Flor asked me when I started knitting and why I have this urge to search for everything there is to know about knitting and then to share it with you, like I do in this Advent project. By the way, there are 4,000 people in this Advent project. I am pretty sure they are not already all knitting, but there were 1,900 something people who put it in their library on Ravelry, and we have 2,000 something addresses on the mailing list in La Posta. So 4,000 people with access to the pattern, which is awesome. I learned to knit on a very young age from my grandma, and but when I started to knit at a later age, I knitted a blue sweater for myself. But when the children came, I knit sweaters for them too. And but when I dropped the stitch, I just did not know how to solve it. Yeah, well, I could put it back on the needle, but somehow I always put it backwards, because then I did not know yet that there was two ways of mounting your stitch on the needle. And of course, if you knit a piece of stockinette, it's very obvious where you went wrong. So, a few years ago, around, I think around 2014, I started picking up knitting more seriously. And then all of a sudden, I knew what to do if I had a mistake. Even in brioche, I bought a Nancy Marchand craftsy class about brioche, and she explains really well how to fix mistakes or pick up stitches in brioche. And if I'm going to learn a new technique like double knitting last year and shadow knitting this year, I need to know everything there is to know about that technique before I can design it and explain it to you. So that's where my urge to learn a lot about knitting comes from. Joke also had a question. It was not directly knitting related, but she asked me what my ideal holiday looks like. And that was a tough question, because I really enjoyed my city trip to Barcelona last week, but we also spent one day at the rooftop terrace just to rest and do nothing. You almost wouldn't do that, because while in Barcelona, but we had been working so hard and we just really needed a day to rest and quiet down, and so we did it anyway. We were on the rooftop terrace in the sun. It was a nice temperature. We had a view over the sea, and it was lovely to spend a day there with some knitting. But I also enjoyed our road trips we made in the United States. We had a lovely trip to Italy when we were married for 25 years. We went with the 5 of us. We went to Italy and did a road trip there, and it was all really nice. So my ideal holiday does involve knitting, for sure. And as long as you spend it with your loved ones, it can't go wrong, really, can it? So that was a tough question to answer, but I did my best. Before I went to Barcelona, I was a participant in the Undercover Otter and the Wee Yarn Company Queero Make-Along. And at the end of the Make-Along, they had a Zoom meeting, and we had a lovely evening knitting and talking to each other. And both Aiden, who is Undercover Otter, and Ross, who is the Wee Yarn Company, gave out a very generous coupon code. So I decided that I wanted to buy something at both of their companies, and for 2024 I'm going to put so much effort in leisure knitting, because whenever I'm designing and knitting with my own yarns, it is work knitting, really. So and I do need leisure knitting as well. So I decided to buy some yarns from colleagues. I did buy yarn in Barcelona too. I'm going to show that later. But this is what I bought with Undercover Otter. This is Bouncer Biosock. It's 75% superwash merino and 25% biodegradable nylon. 100 grams, 400 meters. I have 2. And there was a lovely card. Thank you for being utterly awesome. Thank you, Aiden. That is very cute and very funny. So I bought this at Undercover Otter, and I bought this at the Wee Yarn Company. This is so fluffy, and it has these very subtle color specks which match really nice with the Undercover Otter yarn. This is Usi Suri Silk Paka, and it's 74% baby Suri alpaca and 26% mulberry silk. 50 grams, 300 meters, and the colorway is frosted. Well, I have 2 of these as well. Oh, and there was a card from Ross. This is his logo. Dear Linda, thank you for your lovely order and for taking part in the make-along. And there was tea in Ross's parcel. And this is a Opkikker blend. That is a pick-me-up blend, but this one made me really laugh. Fresh blend. Fris is fresh, so the fresh blend. Excuse my language. I have plenty of tea when I want some. And my plan for this yarn is making a Seriously Holy by Stephen West. I will try to put a picture in so that you can see which shawl that is. I have bought more yarn in Barcelona, and with one of them I already have an idea of what I want to do, and the other one not so much yet, but I will show that later this week. And then in the end I will ask for your help, because I have so many pretty choices for my Christmas Eve cast on, so you need to help make me pick a project. That's it for now. I'm going to edit this vlog, put it online, which is kind of a pain each day because it takes a huge long time to load everything to YouTube. But I will be back tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed my Christmas fair recordings. It was just short, but we were just talking and walking around and having a good time. So it's just short. And I made a recording of my bird cake. So enjoy, happy knitting, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.